Quite often in Excel, we're presented with lists of data that would be useful if we could select it from a drop-down menu. For example, if I have these list of criminals and possible crimes for which they could be wanted, I can select from here a character and maybe what they're wanted for. So we'll say that the Joker is wanted for bank robbery. If we want to set up a list to work like this, we first have to organize our data. So we have a list of data here, criminals, and we have a list of data here, which will be our crimes. So when we look at our data, there's a few things we have to check for. We just want to make sure it's consistent first. So you might notice that the penguin appears twice. So up here in our data option, there is an option to remove duplicate entries. So if we select that, it's going to check through column C, and it has told us that there is one duplicate entry and it's removed it. So now the penguin appears only once. The next thing is that we may want to put it in alphabetical order. So we highlight our data, then we go up here to sort A to Z. We can do the same here for our crimes, which I think is already A to Z. And once we're happy with our data, we can go back to our sheet where we want to create the drop-down menu, select data validation in our data ribbon, then we select in here that we want to create a list, and our source is going to be the data on sheet 2. So here are our characters, our criminals, and then beside it we can create our second list into data validation again, create a list, and our source is going to be the crimes. So now we can select any of our characters and maybe a possible crime for which they're wanted. You can also autofill validation lists, which mean if we were to put it in a third time, we don't have to create the list ourselves. Excel will do the work for us.